Good afternoon, everyone. So, as promised, I am recording this video to show you how to use the task management software, which is Monday.com. So, just to give you a little bit of information, what is Monday.com? It is a task management software. So, it's Monday.com. You go at Monday.com. So, it is the software or the tool that helps us manage the tasks, projects, any type of like kind of to-do lists that you would need if you are working alone or if you're working as a team. It is one of the largest used tools in the corporate and nonprofit sector. Therefore, knowing this skill helps you be more employable at the job market. On the other side, using Monday.com or similar tools like Asana.com or Trello.com. They are very similar, but helps us be more efficient in our work. Know better who is doing what in our team, what are our upcoming deadlines, and what is the progress. So I'll guide you through this tool to help you learn it. And we are using the example or the exercise. We'll be focusing on the action plan that you would need to compile in order to complete your project on through Ripen. So if you go on Monday.com, here are different tabs. So here's pricing, login, contact, sales started. If you click login, you end up with this login to your account. So assume that none of you have the account. So we go here, sign up. Do you see it? Here, sign up. So once you click here, sign up, you will need to sign up with your CBU's email address. So I will use my CBU's email address. So Maya Gyurbalida, continue. And my full name. And then I'll do my password. And then my account name is CBU, and then continue. So here, what brings you here today? I'll do work. And what does this piece describe? Like currently it's none of them. Once you click school, you get a student, graduation, I'll do a faculty member. So generally it helps, like knowing how many people will be on your team helps the system tailor the tabs better for your own needs. In this case, we are either 2 to 5 people or 6 to 10. So I'll click 6 to 10 just on to be on a safer side. So continue, and then select what you'd like to focus on first. Portfolio management, individual work. There are all the different type of activities. So I'll click group assignments. Continue. One last question. How did you hear about us? I'll click search engine. Continue. So this is our working interface. And then either you can directly link, copy this to your team members, or I can click now remind me later. My first project is Ripen, and then you can name it what you want, but in this case, because it's a Ripen one, I'll name Ripen. Next. So what do we want to have on our dashboard? So dashboard is the first snapshot of the information that comes out on our main landing page. So we want owner. So who is the owner of the task? We want status. So we want status. We want due date, right? We want due date. Do we want files? No, we want timeline. Last updated, budget, and priority. Notes are if you want to do any type of the attach any notes, any action items. So this is helpful. That helps to add any extra information. For now, I don't need notes. Priority is a nice one as well. That helps you understand what task requires your immediate attention and which tasks can be handled later. So in this particular case, I would not need a priority, but generally it would be good for your own understanding that you can add and modify and add the priority there as well. And then last update it. And sometimes we need budget for that task too. In this case, I'll remove the priority. So whatever has this blue outline, it means that we will be seeing those variables at the dashboard. So then next, get real-time insights. So how do we want to see the dashboard? So it's meaning, for instance, you have 10 tasks and your project manager or your supervisor asks you, oh, how are you doing? How is your progress going? How many tasks are you working on currently and what's your progress? So this type of project overview helps you to give a quick snapshot of what you are working on. On the other side, if you are a supervisor and you need to check what your team is doing, seeing how many tasks they are working currently, what is the progress, that helps you track the team better. So I'll do tasks by due date as well. So whatever you select, it comes with a blue highlight. And then next, add a view layout. So do we want a table layout? Do we want a calendar? Kanban layout means what we are working on, what is done, what is stuck. You can have also a timeline view. You can have a Gantt chart view, see, and then you have a cards view. For now, I'll do a table view and I'll show you how you can change it later. Next, list of projects. So what are the tasks that we need to complete? So first task is that you need to set up a meeting with the company that you are working with through Ripen, right? So set up organize the meeting with the employer, with the company through Ripen, the company. Next one is, so we do the meeting first, then discuss internally, define the results of the meeting. It doesn't let me write the full sentences, but once we get into the name, we can adjust it later to get started. Okay, so got it. So this is our so-called dashboard or the landing page, work management bench. For now, I'm using free version. If you go on a paid versions, it becomes more sophisticated. You can integrate with different softwares. If you click integrate, you can use any AI powered tools. So there are lots of features and many of the organizations are using the paid features. So, but it is essential for you to know those basics, or once you hear those task management tools, what you should expect. So that way you have a clear overview or clear picture in your head. This is what they mean. And then you can explore the paid features later too, once you know the basics, the foundational concepts. So this is my tasks. These are my tasks, remember? So these are with the plus sign. I can make organize meeting with the company, right? So first I can plus a note sign here, and then I can write an EPTA. The meeting was already completed. The meeting was scheduled on February first, but the company, but the recording is available here. The recording is available here, and then you can add the link to update. Okay, then it's the second one. So I'm the owner, I'm working on it. The due date is, I said the due date was February 4th, right? The timeline. When should it be completed? From 3rd to so I said the timeline was till 4th, right? Okay, got it. Discuss internally. Next task is, task 3 name is discuss the results internally. So develop. So next action item could be that you are dividing the problem, because we have a deadline coming up, which is a problem statement, right? So problem statement, you need to start working on the problem statement, right? Therefore, so divide tasks for problem statement. Okay, next one is divide tasks from problem statement and problem draft of problem statement completed. Next one is so problem statement is completed, submit. So review problem statement and finalize it. Next task is submit problem statement on Moodle. The next one is receive feedback. So receive feedback on problem statement from professor. Next task is so once you get the feedback for me, so it's start working on theory of change, then review theory of change with professor, then finalize conduct. Let's finalize theory of change. Then next one is schedule the meeting. Schedule the meeting with the company to review the theory of change. Next one is adjust theory of change based on discussions. Then it's write up the proposal. Here you can make this section very detailed. For instance, one of you are responsible for writing the introduction, then another one will be responsible for writing the sustainability plan, writing the implementation plan. So you can write those tasks separately up here too. So what happens here is that we have status. So in order to see the status, so column information, here are the settings, customize status column. So you see what I did? So click with this like sign, which is the exclamation mark, you click this one, and then it's it shows some information about the status. But if you click those 3 dots and you click settings and then customize status column, you can do done, working on it, stuck, done, working on it, stuck, or it could be not started. If you want some other new labels, like in this case, those are sufficient for this project, I believe so. For your own work, it could be something else, right? So you can click plus new label, and then new label is gonna come up. So for now, I'm gonna delete label. But with this plus sign, you can always add or modify the existing labels, which is a nice feature. I don't like this not started the gray one, so I'll change the picture to it. Default, oh, this is a default because I'm using the free version. It doesn't let me change, but that's okay. Generally, you should be able to modify in a paid version. Then it's due date, it's a timeline. So who I do? In this case, I am the organize the meeting. If you click this one, owner, and you have your team members, you can just type their names, or for instance, Fusion, and then I can get their names on it. You can get their names or you can tag them. In order to uh, so the group work is a group assignment, right? The ripen. But I'm asking you to do this action plan individually. I want each of you separately to understand what is a task management tool and how you can use it. Therefore, therefore, you can either in reality tag your group members, or you can just write their names here and send that, and then upload that as a deliverable. But so there are two options for owners. In reality, in your work environment, you can add a group member here with typing their email address. If they are already signed up, it should come up once you start typing the name here. For instance, Gior Belidze, and then you should come up the names. But you can also invite a new member by email, and then you can send this email to your team members, or you, for now, for the sake of this assignment, you can also write just their names. For instance, Kim or Jefferson or Liam or Cecilia. Some, like, you can just put the names on it. Yes, and then click enter, and then you should get their names, like with a plus sign. So all of you should have their names, your team members' names here as owners. Probably you've divided the who is responsible on what. Hopefully you have. And then you write working on it, done, or it's divide tasks, for instance, it's not started, or for instance, working on it. And then you write the due date here based on your checking what's the due date, and then generally start date and end date. When are you, what is the period that you are working on this assignment? For instance, if the deadline is February 27th, you might be working on it from February 20th to February 27th, right? Therefore, and then in order to have it done for February 27th. So at the end, you should get these action plan, all of them written up well, and with a due date and with respective timeline. There are other options. You can add the columns here, and the columns could be numbers, people, date, any useful links, labels, progress. You can connect with any other softwares, particularly the paid version. And essentially, we already have status. We can label them for with different instances. If I click a label and then label one, edit labels, and label could be, for instance, preparatory phase. Then it could be proposal writing phase, and then like maybe it could be meetings or meetings, and then apply, and then you can label it. If you click it, this is a preparatory phase. Theory of change is like, for instance, proposal writing phase. I am not asking you this label to have this label part in this just for the sake of this 5% of the assignment. But if you find it helpful for you to manage your team's tasks, or for you to have better information on on which phase you are at and what are your upcoming tasks in which area, these labels are very helpful. So once we complete this one, for instance, done, or if we move this one from not started to done, then so you can change the status here. Now, what happens is that what you can do is that also, just one second. So here it is main table, right? You click the main table. Instead of main table, you can create here as new, and then you can create a new Gantt chart, new calendar, new Kanban. So any type of new tools, new things that you need for managing the tasks. The group good thing is that, just one second, let me see here. The good thing is that you can view the same information in different layouts. So if you click this plus sign here, you can add as a Gantt chart. So the Gantt chart, see, if I click the Gantt chart, it shows, Gantt chart is the list of activities and showing you which activity overlaps with what, like this. This is called the Gantt chart. Sorry, one second. So I'm trying to, I'll increase this one. We don't have much information here, so that's why it's not showing that well, but you can add widgets, you can, which are charts, numbers, battery. For instance, I click the battery, and then see 15% are done. And then you can filter that battery with column, like new filter, and then you can add any type of like name, owner, status, for instance, name. Or I can do a status, and then it shows done. See, this filters my whole information based on status. So it is a very handy tool. So we did a Gantt chart, and now I'll show you what else can we do with a plus sign. Let's do a chart. The chart shows how many we are working on, how many tasks on we are working, and how many are done. If you want to do a filter, and then we can add, for instance, the due date. And it should, just one second, we should be able to get, yes, working on it, nice. Now, next one is timeline, and is done on time, and then all of them are done. So we can play with a lot of variables to demonstrate to visualize the charts. So instead of charts, I'll click plus and I can have a calendar view. Now my calendar view shows in February. See, the whole time, the information that we entered into the main table now has been converted into calendar formats. These are the timelines that we are working on the meeting organizing. These are the tasks for dividing, tasks for problem statement. So you will see that the green ones are done, the orange ones are working on it. So the colors are synchronized. So if you click plus sign, you can be a Kanban board, and Kanban board is a tool that shows you per status. So done, working on it, stuck, not started. And then each of the tasks are the same tasks that we entered here are now visualized in a Kanban board, which are done, working on it, stuck or not started. So these are very helpful tools for managing the teams, particularly when we are managing the huge team or virtual team with whom we don't have everyday discussions with. So this is a very nice feature or the skill to have in your skill set. And particularly, that's why I thought it was nice to integrate this in the course. So the task is you compile your list of actions, which does not have to be exactly the same whatever I noted here. Feel free to tailor or adjust based on your group needs. So you discuss as a group together. These should be our action items. This should be responsible. This is our timeline. Then each of you sign up separately on monday.com, develop a table which has minimum the following columns: task, owner, status, due date and timeline. Any extra column is up to you. These are the minimum requirements. And but all of them should be filled out. So if it's this one is the task, then it's owner. Then what is the status? Due date, and this is a timeline that we are working on it. I am asking the main table view, but I would also like you to test out the Kanban view, chart view, calendar view, and the Gantt chart. So what for that, but you need to submit the table view for course. So what do you do? How do we submit it? So there are a couple ways. First one is that this is your bench, right? The landing page of the Ripen. So with that, you click copy link, and then you can copy this link and then upload on Moodle under the submission. I'll open the submission window, and then you copy this link into the Word file, and I'll open it so I can have access to it. So another option is that you export the table in an Excel file. So if you click this plus, like these three dots here, and then you click more actions, so these three dots, then you go down and more actions. You can save as a template. You can export board to Excel. So I want you to export board to Excel. Excuse me. Then you include updates and then export. So you download the Excel file, and then if you open that Excel file, it shows this type of information. So it will be all filled out by you. And then it has updates here as well that I posted. Therefore, and then you upload this Excel file into Moodle. Or the third option is that we do a screenshot. So here is the thing, and then you can use any type of screenshot softwares. I use the snipping tool, and then I do a new, and then I do it as I will save it like this as a screenshot, and then I'll get this screenshot, and then here we go, and then I'll copy this screenshot into Word file, or I can save it as an action plan, and then I will upload it on Moodle. So all three options are acceptable. First, you copy the link, you upload this link, you paste this link into the Word file, and upload it on Moodle, or you export it in an Excel and you upload Excel, or you do a screenshot and you upload the screenshot. All three options are acceptable for me. It is an individual task. All of you need to complete it, and this action plan should be all filled out. All the items should be filled out. Thank you and good luck. If you have any questions, feel free to email me.